All right, guys, 2 years later, after a 2-month break, we're back. So with that being said, the past few years have been absolutely crazy. I used to upload on Instagram and YouTube a lot, but for the past few years, I feel like I kind of just dropped off the face of the planet of the earth. So with that being said, I wrote down a quick list of everything that I plan to share on this YouTube channel. And the reason why I'm doing that is I'm also going to switch things up a little bit because I don't necessarily find the same things interesting today that I found interesting 2 years ago in the stuff that I was sharing with you guys back then. So with that being said, the first topic of the 5 things that I wrote down I'm going to be sharing with you guys is obviously business, right? So over the last few years, we scaled creators training to over 100K a month in revenue, and it was quite a journey, right? Hiring a sales team, building a customer success team, and building out the product. So I'm going to share with you guys a lot of the tips that I've learned of what it takes to actually build a small business that does over 100K a month in revenue. And I think one of the things that makes us unique and makes our team unique that I want to share with you guys is the whole customer success side of things. And that's something I'm really proud of. Is if you look up our reviews, if you look up our case studies, we just get crazy results. We have crazy reviews from our clients.
The sales call that I had this morning, it's a 15K project.
He paid me $3,700.
I closed a 5K deal and then another 10K deal right after that. And so that month I made like 17 grand.
I have landed $19,500.
I just made $4,000 on this deal, and like I could probably do this whole project in like a couple of days.
And in the whole info product and online coaching space, there's not a lot of people doing that, right? Everyone is trying to make it a quick cash grab. And for us, we've really taken the opposite approach where we're trying to make sure that everyone we onboard has an amazing experience, leaves us nothing but 5-star reviews. And comparing that to a lot of other players in the space, a lot of people struggle to get those type of results. And that's what I want to share with you guys is how do we build a customer success journey that leaves people, over 50% of our customers, leaving 5-star reviews for us. We have over, I think, 200 video testimonials. We have hundreds of case studies. We have people in the community winning clients every single day. And it's because of a process that we've built that really incentivizes people to win. So I want to share that with you guys. And then also, obviously, the whole sales side of things and how we built a sales team that is now able to generate that amount of revenue for our business. Second thing, really excited about this is the software development side of things. So while building creators training, we ran into a pretty big problem while scaling the sales team. And that was, how do we track and how do we manage the sales team members and how do we make sure they're performing well? Well, basically every single guru in the space told us that we need to be using Excel sheets. And the second I saw that, I was like, okay, there's got to be a better way to do this. I don't have time to manage 100 different Excel sheets. My reps don't want to fill them out. And I'm not going to pay a full-time employee just to manage Excel because I know I can automate this. So we built out our own internal solution. It ended up being quite a bit more expensive than we had initially estimated. We ended up having to get some data scientists and data engineers involved to basically visualize all of these different metrics. And out of that whole problem, Sales God was born. And that is our software that we're launching now, which is basically a plug-and-play software for business owners like you that are running info products, running service-based businesses, running a sales team specifically, and need to track the KPIs of your sales team and also the commission of your sales team. So Sales God is basically going to help you do all of that. And that's basically also what we've been up to for the past year. So I think back in December 2022, I hired my first engineer, amazing dude, Sultan. We work together, obviously, still to this day. And he's basically the senior software engineer at our company, Sales God now. And we've also hired 4 other engineers now as well. So now we have a team of 5 engineers, 1 guy on the back end, 3 guys on the front end, and then a data scientist. And I find it a lot of fun. I think software is super exciting. If you like building products and you're a builder, some people, if I look at different founders, a lot of people, they like selling. For me, I personally like to build. So for me, the software development space is perfect. And it's been a very interesting space to navigate through because with everyone on YouTube, you have 2 camps. You have one camp, which are all the YouTubers talking about how to build a no-code app with Bubble, which in my opinion is just complete garbage. And then you have the other guys who are like hardcore software engineers showing you 25-hour tutorials on how to do this stuff from scratch yourself. I'm not on either side. I'm slightly technical, but I'm also not a software engineer. So I wanted to be able to build out a full software application, bootstrap it, hire software engineers, obviously understand the tech side of things super well, but not have to fully jump into engineering myself. And there's been a lot that I've learned throughout that process as well. So if you're someone that's interested in SaaS, you want to start your own software and you want to do it at like a little bit of a higher level than just building out a shitty no-code solution, definitely, stay tuned for this channel because I'm going to be sharing a lot of the different mistakes that I made hiring software engineers, the different management problems we ran into, the actual tech stack that we now use, because we tried dozens of different UI component libraries. We tried dozens of different microservices that we plugged into our software to try and speed things up. Some of them ended up being a complete waste of time and, set us back like 2 months. And when you're looking at a 8-month time horizon, that's a pretty significant amount. So hopefully with some of the stuff I share with you guys here, you're gonna be able to pick up a lot from that to be able to help you with your SaaS journey as well. The third thing is our house build in Bali. So around the same time that we started the software, we also started our first villa build in Bali. And same thing as well, right? I knew jumping into it, I don't know jack shit about building. I don't, right? But I know the best way for me to learn is to just jump into the entire building process, begin talking to contractors, begin talking to architects, and just get the project started. So that's what we did. We bought some land. We started talking to some contractors. And, when we start these types of projects, we know that going into it, like we're ignorant. We have no idea how this process works, but we're going to figure it out. And, in the first few months, we might make some mistakes, but we have to try and learn as quickly as possible to mitigate as much of that risk as possible. And that's something I also want to share a lot about because I personally find it super exciting. It's, a separate topic. It's about building homes, but it also for me is part of the business. So when I talk about all of these things, all these different topics I'm discussing, it's about building businesses, it's about building systems, and it's about building a vehicle that helps you live the lifestyle that you want. And for me personally, having a house in Bali fits very well into that picture. On top of that, the house is also an investment. So building a house in Bali currently at this moment in time is a very, very good investment. You can basically get your full return on an investment on a villa like this in probably about 2 years. And then after that, you're making 10, 15 grand a month in passive income on just one house that you spend 300, 400 grand to build. So I'm going to share that with you guys as well. And obviously the whole journey, the architects we're working with now, we're super happy with everything now. We've done a lot of talking and interviews with other people who are building here in Bali, and I've learned a ton from those people as well. People that have, built 50 villa complexes, and it's been super insightful, and I'm excited to share those tips with you too. The fourth thing is AI. So we're currently building out some AI features inside of our software Sales God, but on the side of that, I'm also using AI a lot in our current business, Creators Training, to basically build an AI agent workforce. We have several roles that we've actually already replaced with AI, which has helped us dramatically reduce the overhead costs of running a team. It's helped us reduce the team size, and it has also obviously helped us improve performance because AI is predictable. It's a machine. It works 24/7. It doesn't need sleep, and if you tune it the right way and you set it up the right way, you can build some incredible things with this. And I think most people who are in the online digital marketing space, they're kind of playing around with AI, but they don't really understand how powerful this stuff is yet. And having the advantage of us having our own engineering team, we've been able to go pretty far in a short amount of time with these different AI tools. And it's really, really crazy with some of these use cases you can build with it. So I'm going to share some of these things with you guys as well. I'm going to be doing some tutorials on AI and some of the different flows that we're building and the different tools that we're connecting, because a lot of people, they just use ChatGPT. They think that's it. With us, we don't really use ChatGPT. We use the API on the back end, but what we actually use is we use LangChain and multiple other different tools into our AI agents to make them much more powerful. And I'm really excited to share those use cases with you. Now, the last thing is tax optimization. So this is something I spent quite a bit of time on this past year. We actually made some pretty big changes, something that I think a lot of people will have questions about actually, because recently I renounced my US citizenship and I decided to just get rid of my US passport. So it's a permanent decision. You can never reverse it. And I thought about it for about a year, but considering with the trajectory of where our business was going, at some point I had to come to a decision. I'm like, do I want to continue to pay tax to a country that I never plan on living in again, because we'd been living in Bali for, 2 years, 3 years already, and we tried to go back to the US. And I realized after COVID, I didn't like it anymore. It was different. The people weren't as friendly. And personally, in my opinion, I think the US has had its peak. 1980s, 1990s, there's a lot of opportunity in the US, and there still is now, but I don't think it's necessarily tied to the US. Everything you can do online now. And yeah, so with all of that aside, I'm just going to be sharing some of the tips that I personally learned and have taken advantage of to optimize me keeping as much of the money that I earn so that you guys can do the same. So if you guys are currently running a business, you're freelancing, you're gonna have to learn about how to set all of this stuff up and how to manage your money effectively if you want to keep it, right? You can make a ton of money, but if you make a ton of money and you don't keep it and other people just take the money straight out of the bank that you loaded it up into, there's really no point in making the money in the first place, right? So the whole goal is to make sure that you make as much money as possible, you keep as much of it as possible, and then you make that money obviously work for you by investing it into other projects, such as for me, real estate. I find that is a fairly passive form of investment where I can invest my money into that. My money can stay there and then earn me an ROI year over year as long as I keep my money there. So other than that, that's basically it. I know it's a ton of different stuff, but there's a ton of different things I've obviously been interested in the last few years, and hopefully this stuff is valuable to you. One thing I will say is, like I said, this YouTube channel is going to change up a little bit. I'm not necessarily going to be jumping into the things I was talking about 2 years ago. It doesn't really interest me anymore. And that's what I realized I'm going to have to do if I want to continue to upload content, is not just make content for my ideal avatar like every YouTube guru says. If I want to continue to upload consistently, I'm just going to have to talk about the things that I really find enjoyable. And I like talking about advanced, strategies. I like talking about high-level business stuff. I like talking about finance. I like talking about business investments like Bali, where there's an amazing opportunity there. And I love software and I love AI. I personally just love tech. So I'm going to be jumping a lot into the tech side of things, even if it's a little bit more advanced, even if the audience is a little bit smaller. Personally, I don't care. I find it enjoyable, and I hope that you guys enjoy it too. So with that said, my goal is going to be to upload a video like this, or in a totally different style. I might be doing tutorials, I might be doing breakdowns, I might be doing day in the life videos. Honestly, it's going to be a different type of style every single video of the week. But with that being said, I'm going to try and upload at least one video a week like this. So stay tuned, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. And if you want to see more videos like this, and if you want to learn more about all of these topics I just ran through, then definitely subscribe so you can see the new upcoming videos coming up. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.